And this week is something that you and I have been dying to do for our entire year of Stream Queens. It's Josie and the Pussycats.
It's a pure comedy a la Josie and the Pussycats.
Here's another Josie and the Pussycats connection.
A backwards Easter egg I'm going to give you from Josie and the Pussycats.
Oh, I love that you love that movie so much.
Yes, Josie and the Pussycats. I love this movie so much. Josie and the Pussycats is a 2001 musical comedy film. And by the way, 2001, you know what that means? It's its 20th anniversary. It has just passed. So this is a movie written and directed by Harry Elfont and Deborah Kaplan. And this duo also directed 1998's Can't Hardly Wait, and is loosely based, I would just say based on the Archie comic series and the Hanna-Barbera cartoon of the same name. And it stars Rachael Leigh Cook, Tara Reid, and Rosario Dawson as our titular Pussycats, with Alan Cumming, Parker Posey, Gabriel Mann, Paolo Costanzo, and Missy Pyle in supporting roles. And it follows Josie, Melody, and Val, who are three small-town girl musicians in the town of Riverdale, determined to take their rock band out of their garage and straight to the top while remaining true to themselves, you know what I mean? They don't want to sell out, but they get a record deal. And what happens with their record deal? They get the fame, the fortune, the glory, all of that, but then they realize they're actually pawns of two people who just want to control the youth of America via subliminal messaging. You know, every time that happens.
I want a Big Mac.
And so now they're like, we gotta clear our names, even if this means losing everything. Great film.
I don't know how you could hear that amazing description or watch the trailer and then not go see this movie, but unfortunately, this movie totally bombed at the box office.
What if nobody likes it?
It grossed a mere $14.9 million domestically, which was just a fraction of its $39 million budget. Now, for comparison, Spice World, which is another movie that we should do, maybe we'll do that next one-year anniversary, was released in 1998 to even worse reviews, but it grossed $151 million. But that's because that was the Spice Girls, come on. But in fact, the reception to this movie was so bad that the directors gave up directing movies as a result. They actually told BuzzFeed in 2017 that it made us super gun-shy to direct again, and that makes me so sad.
That makes me so sad, and I feel like it always comes down to, like, back then especially, like, all the critics were kind of like the same person. There wasn't like a diverse pool of critics, which leads to people saying it's bad, which leads to people saying, I heard this was bad, so I'm not gonna see it.
I cannot imagine this movie without the three leads that are our Pussycats, but it was almost totally different.
It was almost totally different. Oh, you guys are you're about to be so shocked. Okay, so we'll start off with Josie and then it'll get crazier. For Josie, Maggie Gyllenhaal and Zooey Deschanel went after the role of Josie, but Rachael Leigh Cook was hot off of She's All That. So she landed the lead role of Josie because she was like the grounding force of the group, and it totally worked.
Co-director Harry Elfont had revealed during the film's 16th anniversary celebration that Beyonce herself auditioned for the role of Valerie, and they passed. Can you believe that? Queen Bey was almost in Josie and the Pussycats. Aaliyah was up for the role. Lisa Left Eye Lopez, yes, that's right. TLC, Brandy was up for it. It eventually went to Rosario Dawson, which was perfect casting because I love Rosario Dawson, but like, crazy.
For our Melody hunk, if you love Pussycats, Tara Reid, who played Melody, she didn't even have to audition. The studio was really, really excited about her because she was like hot off of American Pie. So she was always the one that was going to play Melody.
Yes.
Rachael Leigh Cook is not the one singing in this movie. Her voice was dubbed by none other than the Letters to Cleo singer, Kay Hanley. And that's why those songs slap so hard, because the album, which is executive produced by Kenneth Babyface Edmonds, features songs written by Adam Duritz of Counting Crows, Jane Weedlin of The Go-Go's, and Fountains of Wayne singer Adam Schlesinger, who wrote the main earworm from That Thing You Do. He also passed away about 1 year ago from COVID, unfortunately. Very, very sad. But the band's pop-punk sound was derived from thinking about what a female Blink-182 would sound like. That is what Kaplan told BuzzFeed. So the power punk thing happening was supposed to be like a mix between Green Day and Blink-182.
these are really talented ladies because they learned how to play their instruments so that they could better prepare for these roles. So the filmmakers actually sent Tara, Rachael, and Rosario to band camp.
This one time at band camp,
Not that band camp, to learn how to play instruments. And even though they were lip syncing to the songs in the movies, they did play their own instruments for real in the film. And so E.T. actually caught up with Tara Reid way back when to get her take on all this.
They made me take drums about 2 months before I started every day for 5 days a week, 3 hours a day. So I learned how to play drums, and now I didn't even know, but I actually love them now.
They were super close on the set of this movie.
We will always be friends first and a band second.
And they communicated in the best way possible.
We all have two-way pagers. We page each other almost every day.
Two-way pagers, Ash. I wish we had two-way pagers.
Why come my limited edition Coke can has me with a goatee?
If you played a drinking game to every time you saw a piece of branding or a logo on screen in this movie, seriously, do not do this. There are about 73-ish logos from companies like Target, Starbucks, McDonald's. I mean, it's literally every freaking scene. But none of the corporations featured in the movie actually received any money to be featured. I wonder how that works.
The movie itself was a satire on consumerism. And so then when the critics bombed this movie, they did not understand that all of those products were not placed by the companies. They got no money.
How does that go over everyone's head? I don't get it. I don't get it. But one of my favorite subliminal messages that they put throughout the movie is in the control room scene when Fiona's showing them around their lab or whatever. There's these marquee scrolling things, and one of them's "Can't Hardly Wait" was underrated, which is amazing because Harry and Deborah directed Can't Hardly Wait and Josie and the Pussycats. And also Breckenmeyer, Alexander Martin, Donald Faison, and Seth Green, aka De jour means family.
De jour means family.
Did you know that the boys of De jour largely improvised that entire plane scene?
This baby.
Eye contact, hand. Eye contact, hand.
Ash, you've caught up with them so many times over the years. Are they as amped on De jour as you are?
I don't think so, but I do think they love it. We were at New York Comic Con. It must have been 2 years ago at this point. And for some reason, almost every single cast member from Josie and the Pussycats was there separately promoting separate projects. And then Leanne helped coordinate us reuniting Rosario with Brecken and Seth because they were walking by the hallway at the same time. Leanne runs after them. And she's
wait.
I immediately saw them and screamed out, "De jour means family," which it very much does.
De jour means family.
Well, that's going to do it for our 1-year anniversary episode of Stream Queens. But as always, Ash and I are dying to hear from you guys on social media. Let us know which Josie and the Pussycats song is your favorite and why is it Spin Around or Pretend to Be Nice or Three Little Words. They're all so good.
Oh man, Three Small Words is the one. I think it's Spin Around. Let us know using that hashtag Stream Queens. Thank you so much for joining us for our 1-year anniversary celebration. But we'll see you next week.
all things considered, I'd say this was our best show yet.